He's a drummer, producer, beatboxer, and he's got some incredible projects in the works. Today we chat with Jay Andrews, aka Styx, about what he has on the go. All right, Jay, my first thing I want to talk about, so we aired your B video earlier this season, so I want to talk about that and where you got the idea for it, because it was really cool. Like, I loved in the beginning all of the little clips of you talking, and then just the video itself was awesome. Just so sort of walk me through how that all came to be.
The creation of the B video actually came, like, I've been really into skate videos a lot recently.
Okay.
The intro sequence of how the interviewing was cut, like how all that was, that's actually kind of based on a Paul Rodriguez interview that he did with Red Bull. Okay. He's like a famous skater from LA.
And if anybody notices Jay fidgeting, it's because of all the Red Bull he just drank. I'm just gonna throw that out there, okay.
So I based that intro on that interview and just how the vocals were cut and stuff. And the actual shooting and editing of the video is shot a lot like a skate video. So I took like a lot of inspiration from skate videos for that one.
And do you
I've
skate?
just been into that. I do a little bit, but
you just really like to watch it?
I just love skate videos. I don't know, man. I love watching skaters. And I love the way that skate videos are shot.
So that video was your idea?
Yeah. To put it in a bar, like.
It was so cool, like the bar shots. Like the director was amazing. And how many takes was that, or how did that work? How long did it take to shoot? I guess.
Yeah, it was an 8-hour shoot. When you shoot drumming like that, it's like one piece. So the one piece is broken into 6 segments. Okay. A segment would only be like a 20-second thing that you'd probably run 15 or 16 times. That one's a bit different because I had the 2 guys with me. So it's like, if I had a really good take, if they blew it, then we had to retake it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because what if they messed up?
Yeah, you have to retake it. And you have to retake the whole section because otherwise editing is like impossible because it's so quick. So that was a bit different. Usually
8 hours.
It's just on me.
So were they drunk by the end? Was that real beer?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
No way.
The first segment, it started where they had to chug like that much beer. Yes. And we took that 17 times, like in the first half hour.
Wow.
So it started off not on the best.
That's so funny.
Yeah, by the 3rd segment, they weren't really drinking anymore. Yeah. But they were like, I don't know. Yeah, it was still going.
And that video got a lot of views really quickly, eh?
It did. It's done pretty well on YouTube, but it did really well on a release from Drum Talk TV. I think it got like 80 or something thousand views on that.
Wow, that's huge.
Which is like an international. It's cool because like Drum Talk TV is international, so you get shares from like all over the world, people in Brazil and stuff.
What? That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I want you to sort of explain what you do to people who maybe have never heard of Jay Andrews or Styx. I know Styx / Jay Andrews, kind of 2 separate things, but can you kind of just explain what you do? Because it's the coolest stuff ever.
Kind of, I guess my whole career is just kind of like, everything's based on percussion, and now a lot of producing. I guess I'm just kind of like a gig pig, really. I kind of play a lot of different gigs and a lot of different styles of music.
But you're primarily a drummer. That's where it started, right? Yeah. So you play the drums. You played in Squid, or you're still currently in Squid?
Yeah, Squid's still happening. My other show, of course, the Styx thing. And then I tour with Ashley, and I'm doing a lot of Celtic work right now.
So Ashley McIsaac, who everybody knows. So tell us about your association with him.
So I've been touring with Ashley for 3 years.
And how did that start?
Actually, he just saw me online.
What? Did he reach out to you?
He lives in Windsor, Ontario, and he was looking for DJs from Detroit.
Yeah.
Because it's like right across the river. And somehow I came up, and he thought I was from Detroit.
What?
But then he realized I was from Halifax, which is kind of crazy because he's from Cape Breton, obviously.
Yeah.
So he was here, and we just linked up at the Lord Nelson Hotel, where he was staying, and I just kind of started playing shows with him, like as a percussionist, really. And from that first meeting at the Lord Nelson 3 years ago, we had like this idea of a fusion record. So it's taken a while to do that because we've been touring so much and stuff, but finally that's like come together. So yeah, I've just been touring with him as a percussionist and producing his live remix tracks that we've been doing.
So so what you've just finished is an album.
Yeah, so we just finished his newest release, which is a blend between electronic music and Celtic music.
Which you took on. This was sort of your project.
It's been like in the works for a couple years. And we were kind of looking at different producers and where to take it for studios and stuff. And nobody, like, it's really difficult to work with Celtic music, as like some of the producers that I work with, like, it's hard if you don't understand fiddle structure and that kind of thing. So it's hard to just send it out to a guy and say remix this, because it's like a lot of people don't understand how it works. So eventually, like probably 4 months ago, Ashley was just like, I want you to just head this whole thing.
So he basically gave you an album that he wanted you to remix. So then you went.
Sort of. He gave me like what's called like stems and fiddle stems, and he gave me everything that was done. It was like disorganized. It was just ideas.
Okay.
And he said, I want an album out of this.
That's so cool. So then you got to go and find people to work on it.
Yeah. So I'm one of the producers. I'll be named as like an executive producer, I guess, on it. And it'll be me and him. It'll be me and his project. So the record will be named with both our names.
That's huge.
And then I had Josh Kelly, or Dollar, Jack That House, who just like hit Hype Machine #1 like a month ago. Corey LaRue, who you just interviewed, is doing all the stuff with Waka. Cam Smith from Dartmouth. Mitchell Pino and J.R. Loeb, who are 2 producers from here.
Yep.
They're pretty eclectic producers, those guys. And then I had the Extremities do a track, who is Uncle Fester and Fresh Kills from Toronto. Yeah, so I just kind of picked those guys. I really picked guys that were eclectic enough that I thought could handle working with the fiddles, because a lot of guys would throw it out the window.
Well, it'd be new to a lot of these guys. That's not what they do.
It's hard.
They probably took it as a challenge and thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of the producers did, yeah.
And even for Ashley too, for his stuff to be remixed, like that would be new to him too, right?
Yeah, it's like Ashley really, he just kind of gave me the fiddles, you know? Like Ashley does what he does. He's one of the best fiddlers in the world. And he just kind of gave it to me, and I just created what I thought would work out of it, and it came out really well. We have 2 rappers on tracks, Quake and Alfie from Dartmouth. So
now let's sort of switch gears. So that's sort of your Jay Andrews part of your life. So now we're going to talk about Styx. So this is a really cool thing. If people haven't seen your show before, can you just kind of explain how the Styx show works, or what it is?
Styx is like, it's a live mashup show, so it's all my own mashup productions. And then I blend the whole thing live with my 18-piece custom drum kit. And it's like it's a 2-hour-long show. It's like high energy mashups of all kinds of different songs.
And are you sweating?
Sweating hard. Yeah, I'm sweating too much.
So you took all of these songs, produced them yourself, or remixed them, and then you drum along to them in a club full of people or a venue.
It's like a dance floor show. It's like a lot like a Girl Talk show, or like a White Panda, or any kind of mashup. It's just I added all the drumming with it.
Okay, so we're gonna end the interview with me telling you something. I have something in my pants right now for you. Well, not for you, but I want to show you. This is like, honest to God, the truth. This is so awkward and weird. But okay, so I went to one of your shows, I don't know, it was at the Toothy Moose, I believe. No, it wasn't at the Toothy Moose, it was Bubbles. It was back, this is how long ago. It was when Bubbles existed, okay? And you were doing a Styx show, and you know, we've known each other for a while now, and I was like, oh, I love that guy, and I always knew that you were gonna make it big, and guess what happened? You broke something, and I kept it, and here it is, and I brought it to show you. This has been in my bedside table for like, I don't know, 3 years.
That's hilarious.
So I think you need to sign it for me, really.
I can get a pen or something.
We'll get you to
know what's
sign
funny?
it.
I was worried about breaking these at shows because they're like sharp. I did a Mooseheads game, and they had me like way up in the rafters, and I was terrified that I was gonna break a stick, and it was just like gonna poof right into the crowd or something, because they're sharp, you know?
Yeah, how many of those do you go through? Like, do you break them constantly?
They break like all the time. Yeah, it's because I play bells and stuff with them, but the most I've ever broken in a show, I think I broke 7 in one show.
Wow, how much are they?
I do usually buy cheap sticks just because I run through them so fast, but I don't know, it'd be like $7 a pair or something.
Okay, that's not cheap if you're gonna break 7 in a
night.
No,
it is, yeah. Some of them, like within the first 20 minutes, will just be like pop. You'll just keep popping them, and it's just like, my God, like, I don't know. That's hilarious.
I know, I love it. I'm gonna hold on to this forever.
That's amazing. That's so funny.
All right, well, thank you so much for chatting
thanks for having me. It's good.
Can't wait to hear what happens next.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.